Okay, welcome back to my Sorare journey. This is episode 22, and as you may be able to tell, someone has let me down. Of course, if we go to our last game week, I'll show you what happened. Basically, I finished 19th out of about 3,000 people, which is absolutely brilliant, but the main man, who I consider the best player on planet Earth, Lionel Messi, scored me 38 to cost me a podium place. Ultimately, I'm not too bothered about it. It's just football, isn't it? Like, he's went off injured at half time. He didn't underperform. It's just one of those things. Annoying that it's happened whilst everyone else's scores were so good, but yeah, it's by the by. I will show the rewards for that at the end of this video. They're just not out yet, so yeah, you're gonna have to hang on for those, unfortunately. In terms of everything else, I took a punt on the weekly, so it's taking a little while to load my team up there, but my thinking is when you can win it a rare and super rare with limiteds, it's probably worth taking a little punt. So someone like Castiles I've got rid of, and then the stack here, I bought Paulinho just for this week. Palacios was always a bit of a risk, same with Frimpong really. So yeah, it's just one of those things. If Leverkusen had gone and win 4-5-0, could have won a super rare, that's easily going to make up for any money I lose in the short term on these cards. So yeah, that was my thinking there. The Champion America team got just a bit unlucky with how people score. I think this Giannetti is one of the most consistent centre-backs there is in terms of SO5 scores, and he had his worst performance score that's ever been, really. So yeah, it's just one of those things. It's unlucky. I got the right call with Diego Valdez. I worked out that he was back from suspension, played him, got a 94. So unfortunately, we couldn't get rewarded with that, but these things happen. Under 23, D5's getting awfully competitive. Pretty reasonable scores, not good scores, and yeah, didn't end up with a reward. All-Stars where I need to start improving, I think, again. So I took a chance that Abdul Nuruddin would get back in the starting team. He wasn't, unfortunately. Victor Wanyama was on the bench when I thought he was back from the injury, so he's just obviously taking a little longer than expected. So that's basically how that's gone. Not hitting the thresholds is a shame. I probably need to put a bit more effort into trying to pick them up in the future. All right, so we've got our usual midweek fixtures out after this. Nothing particularly substantial. Again, it's always going to be kind of Champion Europe that I'm looking at. So yeah, hopefully this team can do something special if you are watching live with the game week. But I think what a lot of people like to see is kind of my thinking on who I'm picking up and why I'm picking them up. So let's get into it. Lucas Radecki I picked up this morning when I was really in need of a goalkeeper. 1-4 is that I can full Leverkusen stack now. It's just a bit of fun. I've never had a full team stack, so let's see if it is overpowered like some people argue. And then secondly, I need an international goalkeeper, so he's the Finland's goalkeeper, isn't he? So he's Finland's goalkeeper, so that will be good to have for the up and coming game weeks. And a massive shout out to Aurelio here. He let me buy him off him this morning, and he sent me a message afterwards saying like, oh, I really love the My Sorare Journey episodes. I watched the channel a lot. It was great. Made my day that you bought my card off me. So really nice guy. Thanks so much for that. Made my day, that message as well. So all the best to you. Hope you do well. And yeah, hope you watch this video. Noah Lang, he's picked up for the special weekly this week. As I said, if you're picking up kind of one player, even if they're gonna Noah Lang will probably go up in value, but let's say he decreased in value by 5%. I think over time, if I pick up a special weekly prize, which I'm hoping I can, it will make up for any losses I get. So yeah, Paulinho is part of those. That just the sale that's gone off. And Tapsoda and Reece Oxford, I think we went through last time. Maybe not Tapsoda, but he was part of the plan where Leverkusen stack special weekly in the Bundesliga, and then all round he's a great player that has a great AA score, like an average all round score. So yeah, I know I can stick with him in my team long term. Reece Oxford, I think I talked about him last time, but I just want to say basically got off to a flyer, doubled in price, unbelievable stuff. I realised I probably haven't showed you my reward. So who I got last week was Brozovic, and I was actually a bit upset at the time. I was like, it's not great. And then I realised how much he sells for. He's probably one of the best tier 2s you can get. So for me, he looked a bit overvalued. I know he's a good scorer, but I just didn't really like him in terms of price. So yeah, I got rid of him. Partly to fund Lang, and you can just see here everyone I've won recently. If there was anyone I missed, I don't think there is. And then I thought there's been a lot going on in the club. There's been a lot of sales, so let's just come over. If you go to settled offers history, you can type in any manager's name you want and just see what's been going on. So let me talk about a few of them. So Moussa Diaby, I think I sold at a loss, and this is one of these things where it's like the more knowledge you have, the better you do on Sorare. And here, I made a mistake. I bought Diaby, didn't realise he was suspended for that game, and yeah. he takes up quite a substantial budget where I don't want to hold him long term. So I thought, you know what, I'll just cut him off, take a loss. That's what I've done. Casteels, obviously, I sold this morning to get Hradecky, as I said before, the international fixtures and the full Bayer Leverkusen stack. Brozovic sold, Tapsoda I've spoke about. Big Ben, I gave him some cards because obviously he was a community winner last week. I didn't win him anything, unfortunately, so just give him a little something. Berisha, I thought, you know, the price he's going at, he's one of those with fixed supply because he hasn't got cards at Fenerbahce, but you know, wasn't playing well enough when he's rotational. He's not someone that I want in my team. Definitely for a few kind of lower budget users, I think he could be a great scorer. He's got differential benefits because, you know, less supply of him. LaCroix, so obviously I said in the last episode how I had him for the special weekly, and you know, I really liked him as a young player. Still really like him, but I kind of sold him. He had gone up quite substantially in value where I thought, you know, probably he isn't going to win me a special weekly reward. I'll swap him out for Tapsoda, who I think is a better player long term. That's kind of where it is. I'd happy to have both at the end of the day. And then, yeah, this was who I wanted to say. Obviously, Rasmus Christensen has been with the club for so long and I had to let him go. I made a big loss on him. You know, I'm not trying to cover anything up here. He was one of the cards I bought right at the start where I just thought, I don't really care the price of him. I want to hit the ground running with these limiteds, get the XP up, and that's what I did. So you might be thinking, right, you've got your XP up on him. Why have you then sold him? The basic reason is he just wasn't as good as I thought he was in the current kind of meta. So he gives the ball away more than any player I've ever seen, and not in a bad way. He just crosses it more. He's a bit like, if you watch the Premier League, he's a bit like Trent, where he just crosses, gets loads of assists, goals. But because the matrix currently of how it's scored is so, it's like, I think it's minus 1 point every time he does it. He's not putting up all-round consistent scores every game week, which is what I'm looking for. So, yeah, I'm going to let him go. I think he's a great player, but I've got Omar Solly coming back from injury for Salzburg, so I'm hoping he can hit the ground running and start playing again. And he's got an all-round better score, so, yeah, just someone that would work better for me. So, buy to basically a club icon, but, yeah, sometimes you've got to get rid of them. And then I've just got rid of a few smaller players, I think, there. So, overall, I'm pretty sure that's all there is to say. No, it's not. There is one more thing I want to say, and Tony Cruz reminded me. Basically, if we look at my club value, there has just been an absolute hit on kind of limited prices. So they've started to go up again. So if we look at Messi, for example, I think one of the best things I do on Sorare is kind of a good, I say, financial analysis of prices. So I don't buy at the super high ends, or if I do, I've probably got rationale behind them. So this is probably a bit dramatic going that far out. So if we bring it in and let's look at just the last couple of days, basically see it's near enough a straight line down. And in this time, you've got to appreciate that ETH has rose in value quite substantially. I'm very bullish on ETH. I'm going to try and hold as much as I can, basically, and a few other cryptos, you know, possibly alt season coming in, you never know. But, you know, by the by, look at this. Someone managed to get Messi for 0.212 ETH. He's already at 281. I'm not really sure what happened, but basically there was a big drop off on Sunday night in limited prices. Some of them have recovered, some of them, you know, haven't recovered so much. And I just thought it's worth mentioning. I put out on Twitter, I think this is a great time to get into limited cards. This is when they're about there. They already have kind of insta rebounded, which was a bit weird. But yeah, it's just one of those things that just be aware of the risks on Sorare. It's probably not, so probably something I've never said, and it could be I probably should have definitely said it, but you know, you have to be willing to lose all of this money that you put in. It is a startup platform. There could be a platform that come and takes it out. Someone could steal all the private keys, you know, you could lose, you could list your players at the wrong price. All of these things could happen. I wouldn't call it a gambling platform, but there is definitely elements of gambling where you can lose money. So, like, please, if you use my affiliate link or if you just watch the videos, don't put in money that you can't afford to lose, basically. So, yeah, treat them. Just be aware they can definitely go down in value. The reason why Tony Cruz reminded me is that, like, I don't understand why he's, you know, to me, so cheap. Obviously, this is kind of pumping my own players, like, oh yeah, buy my players and they go up in value. But, you know, A, one of the best players in the world. B, he's less than 10% of his rare price, right? And C, obviously all the players I own are who I think are the best players on the platform. So yeah, if you want to buy the players I think are the best, they're going to be in my gallery. Everyone can see them. So yeah, just for an example here, if you're looking to try and find bargains, I know he's on the expensive end, super expensive basically for a limited card. less than 10% of his value, one of the best all-round scorers there is. As soon as he gets a couple of decisives, that's a guaranteed 100, hopefully. But basically, yeah, let's just get into the rewards. So the rewards are out now. You only got 2, so one of them will be the common and then the Champion Europe 19th finish. So don't really care about the common card. And oh, Ben Yedder, that's actually pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. He's 100 out of 1,000 card. I like that. Let's see how much he's going for. So Ben Yedder, I didn't think he was playing at the start of Monaco, but then he's recently got into the team again. Did he get dropped again, did he? How much is he going for? £125. Yeah, I think that's all right. Annoyingly, I think my tier 2 Brozovic went for almost double that. But yeah, sometimes you get lucky rewards, sometimes you don't. Overall, probably would have wanted someone better. I like the fact that he's a striker from a team I know and stuff. But Monaco do rotate a lot, and that's really gonna could cause some issues for me. But I'll definitely be someone, and I'll be looking into a bit more off screen. Whilst you're actually off screen, waiting for awards to come out, I picked up another Omar Solé. So I've just seen that he got some minutes for in the Champions League basically. So he's back fit now. I think for the weekend he'll be playing, and it was like, if I just look at the person I bought him off here, let's tap soda. He bought him obviously trying to make a bit of profit. So from the 10th. The 22nd of October until the 2nd of November, he's made about £20 profit, and it's like, that's good. Obviously, a lot of people are looking to do that, flip limited cards, but for me, now that he's back, and as soon as he's scoring again, he's going to be, hopefully a lot more than that. So I put my money where my mouth is, and I think it's the first card I've ever bought 2 of. So let's hope he continues to score well. And if you have enjoyed this, obviously, please leave a like, subscribe. If you've never played Sorare before, my link to sign up is in the description. I earn off it, so it'd be great if you could use that. And yeah, overall, cheers and thanks for watching.